Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live with the Wednesday's Night Watch. I am your host this evening, King Black Cherry. I have with me the real Ant-Man.
That's right. What's up, everybody? The real Ant-Man, 14 pounds lighter.
Wow! Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
awesome. That's awesome.
Congratulations, man. That is awesome. I
Thanks,
need to
man.
get there,
It's
man.
a lot of not eating and not eating.
So
And
starving
also
yourself,
with me,
how that works.
ETEP as well.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Hopefully everybody's doing well this fine Wednesday evening.
Yes, indeed. Anthony, real quick. Or Ant-Man. Sorry, I apologize.
You can call
Real
me
quick.
Anthony. It's all right.
So 14 pounds lighter. Are you drinking more water now, or are you just like how are you doing?
What
this?
I did was I pretty much completely cut out carbs out of my diet. I'm not really calorie counting or anything like that. Not doing like the Atkins or keto or anything like that. Just really not eating pasta, not eating bread, not eating potatoes, corn, like that kind of stuff. I just no sugars. Actually, I'm doing all sugar-free stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, not being Italian is one of the side effects of the diet. I can't eat my pasta, can't eat my bread, can't eat my pizza. But just doing a lot of.
Hopefully, like the cheat days, like for like let's say holidays, like Thanksgiving or Christmas and all, because you go to your mom's, it's gonna be all pasta. You know that, right?
That's true, but yeah. So I just been doing a lot of like if I eat a hamburger, I'm just doing like 2 burgers on with no buns, and then just putting like I have no sugar added, like ketchup and mustard, and I just eat it with a fork and a knife. So, and just doing that, man. Just cutting that little bit out, not eating, past a certain time at night. And honestly, I haven't even added exercise in it yet. So as soon as I do that, I'll probably be shedding more pounds quicker.
He's gonna be all like, damn.
No, I ain't gonna be all ripped. I ain't gonna be like weight training or anything like that. Just getting some cardio, man. That's it.
Don't you got like weightlifting stuff?
I do, but I'm not gonna get like shredded, dude. I just wanna, just get fit.
Hitting it, man. Start hitting it. Just start like pumping and all that. It'd be funny, man. You come in one day, you're like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
Be weird,
saying, dude. But no, dude. Yeah, I probably should start doing a little bit of a diet myself. I think it's fun. Everything you're saying, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing. I eat pasta, I eat bread, I eat like all these things and all. I'm like, oh crap! No wonder like some days I feel like shit. Like I need to start doing doing more of a diet. It sucks, man, because it's tough because I think everybody's used to certain you're used to the way you're eating.
Yeah,
it's lifestyle. So once you're in that lifestyle, it's hard to kind of leave that lifestyle. So what's up, Leo?
What's up, sweetheart?
But I commend you, Ann, for doing that. I think it's great. Hopefully you can get to at least 200.
So one of the main reasons that I started dieting was my blood sugar was pretty high. So, and my parents are both diabetics. So I winded up cutting, like, sugar was really the main thing I want to get cut down. But like, since I've been dieting, like it's really good, my sugar levels, so my blood sugar levels. So yeah, so just that part of it. But yeah, I plan on throwing a little exercise in there every now and again. Getting the thumbs exercising on the video games isn't enough. So
oh yeah,
you gotta lift the controller like constantly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, man. Just gotta keep moving it. Yeah, man, Kingdom Hearts made me want to throw the damn controller last night, but that's besides the point.
Oh, well, we'll talk about, I guess, what you've been playing and later.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, man, congratulations on
the
40 pounds.
News?
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Do you have anything, Chris?
Uncharted movie started filming today.
Really?
Allegedly.
I don't believe it until I see a trailer.
Yeah, I'm the same way too.
Well, you guys do know that like movie productions are back on track right now, right? Like Jurassic Park is now filming.
It's just that movie production that I don't believe.
Come on, Tom Holland took a picture of his seat that he has to sit at.
That's true. That in that we all know that he's pretty much a spoiler alert kind of guy. So
exactly. There you go.
God, he's like the worst when it comes to that. Dude, it's so
Exactly.
fun. I think him and
Him
Mark
and Mark Ruffalo.
Ruffalo. Yeah, him and you can't have them both in the same room together, man. I'm telling you, they'll just go all out. You have to have somebody to be like, "Yo, shut up." So that's man, I kind of miss that too about like having Marvel movies because you'll have them being interviewed and Mark Ruffalo will be like itching to say something, and then you have like Don Cheadle or somebody saying like, "Yo, shut up, don't say anything," or even like with like Tom Holland, Benjamin Cumberbatch, he'd be like, "Yep, oh yeah, here, you shut up, I'll do the talking." So I kind of miss that about the interviews. We like last year with Endgame and all that stuff. So. But Tom Holland, he can't definitely don't say anything to him. Don't say any secrets. No, he's not. Can't keep anything. So
yeah. Well,
but
I'm gonna say
I got
say this. Like I miss movies.
Oh, go ahead.
That's all I'm gonna say. I miss movies.
I think we all miss movies, man. I think honestly, it's crazy to think that what's it been already 4 months that we've been dealing with this, like not having movies or anything like that, and it's tough, man, because I think like I said last year we watched the Endgame in the theaters. We watched plenty of movies in the theaters and all, and that to me it's a joy to get that excitement, going to watch a movie theater and having that movie experience. And now we don't really have that right now, and I think it's a lot of times we take, I think we all take things for granted, and when it's gone, it definitely leaves a big hole. So I'm hoping that hopefully by next year or maybe even the end of this year, we can at least hopefully go watch movies. So go watch a movie in the theater. I mean, there's so many movies like we're definitely missing out. I mean, Black Widow, the new Ghostbusters, Fast and Furious,
which is supposed to come out in 2 days.
Yes, that's another one.
Now what's the end of the month?
Or August.
It's like August.
Ooh,
yeah. August.
Chris, what's the last movie you saw in the theater?
Onward?
I thought Onward was straight to.
Yeah, no. I think it was.
No, that's right. No, you're right. They released it like for 2 weeks and then it went over.
Yeah, and it did terrible numbers because of that. Yeah.
So it was either Onward or The Invisible Man.
I was just thinking about this and I'm like, shit, was like Star Wars the last movie I saw in the theater? But I was like, no, thank God I seen Sonic.
Star Wars the last movie I seen in the theater.
Star Wars was?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yep. Could you imagine if the theater's never open again, Pete? That'll be the last movie you ever see in the theater.
That'll be Rise of Skywalker. Dude.
Oh, that's God, that's
I didn't see Sonic, which I feel like I want to see now because I heard really good things about it. I didn't see Onward or any of those movies that came out.
Wait, so you're telling me you haven't watched Onward yet, and you haven't watched Sonic, even though you have access to both?
Yeah, I know. You'd be happy to say that I've watched 2 movies that came out in the last 2 years and all that. That's really good. You'd be happy.
Okay. We'll talk about those when the time comes.
I'll reveal that later. But I've watched 2 movies that not a movie that's 10 years old or 20 years old, 30 years old. 2 movies that came out in the last, I'll say 2 years. So you'd be happy, for me to say that, and I'll let you know later on. So I'm not going to reveal any details. But I got some breaking news. News.
What you got?
Okay, so Netflix announced that Usagi Yojimbo CG animated sequel series. So I don't know if you guys know.
I know Chris, who Usagi Yojimbo is, buddy.
Well, I don't know. Chris knows. But
I don't know Usagi what the hell Yojimbo.
Usagi Yojimbo is he's actually like what's a magma? What do you call that? The Japanese comic book characters? I forgot what they called, but yeah, thank you. But but he was also like in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated TV show back in the day. Like he was in the first one, so he was a recurrent character. So and he's this bunny rabbit who's a samurai warrior and fights other like samurai warrior animals, whatever. So really cool character. pretty excited to see this. So yeah, I'm all about this. Like I said though, if it's kind of based like its old character from like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm all about it. So pretty exciting, right? I mean, what do you think,
Yeah,
Ant?
that's exciting.
Yeah. Do you know if they're gonna do any crossover with it, or is it just gonna be by itself?
I think it's going to be by itself. I don't know. There could be a crossover, but we don't know. I mean, it'll be cool to see Turtles actually join him this time, right? So, but yeah, that's cool that Netflix is doing that. Always good to hear in streaming sites, announce new stuff, which we're going to talk about later. A little segue, but I don't have any other breaking news besides
do you guys
that.
have any more?
I do not.
All right, let's move on to our new segment called New and Video Game Subscriptions. Anthony, I know this is your baby. Do you have anything?
I will take it over here. So I don't know if we've mentioned it. I think we've already mentioned it, but this month's PlayStation Plus games are available now. NBA 2K20, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Erica can be yours. So make sure if you're subscribed, you download it before you cannot download it.
Yeah.
Also, new to the PlayStation Now, Watch Dogs 2. Chris, you've been playing that, right?
Yep, beat it actually last week.
Awesome. So yeah, you got that. You have Street Fighter 5, which I know Pete would enjoy, and Hello Neighbor are all new this month to PlayStation Now. All right. So games with gold.
Okay, let me tell you
something.
Saints Row 2. Hold on, before you finish. Okay, I'm sorry. Before you finish and all that, Hello Neighbor is one of the creepiest games out there, man.
The crazy part is it's creepy, and it's like it's no, it's not one of the creepiest, but it's creepy. But I just think it's creepy for a game that's targeted to kids. Like that's what's kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It's a kids game, and it's a creepy ass game. Like the neighbor kidnaps you and keeps you hostage. Man, what the hell is that crap? It's
locks you up in the basement.
Like that, man. That's
pretty weird.
It's like,
yeah,
but you haven't played Outlast.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. You haven't played Outlast.
So this month's game with gold, you have Saints Row 2, WRC 8, and then the second half of the month is Juju, which was a 360 game, and Dunk Lords, which actually isn't out yet. So that's a brand new game that you'll get day one with games with gold. Then they just announced today some Game Pass games that are coming out from now to the end of the month. You have Mountain Blade Warband, the Yakuza Kiwami 2, The Tourist, which is excellent. If you haven't played The Tourist yet, highly recommend it. I bought it and beat it on Switch. So now you can get it with Game Pass.
What's The Tourist about?
It is a quirky game that has like it kind of looks like Minecraft Dungeons, but it's more like I would say it's more similar to like Star Tropics or like a Zelda type of game.
So that's definitely
it's fantastic. Grounded comes out the 28th. That's included with Game Pass. Nowhere Profit, don't know what that is, but that's coming soon. Carrion, which looks pretty cool. It's like a Metroidvania game that comes out soon. Forger, and then Golf with Friends on PC. And the last. But got two more things. This week's games on the Epic Game Store, you can get Killing Floor 2, Lifeless Planet, and The Escapist 2 for free. All three games are available for free. Next week, which will be tomorrow, you'll be able to get Torchlight 2 for free, which I heard is a fantastic game. So definitely get those before they're gone. And last but not least, the Switch got Donkey Kong Country, Natsun Pro Wrestling, and The Immortal from EA for the NES. So that's what's available for this month in subscriptions. Yeah, available right now. You can go download it.
Yeah.
Just update your software and you'll have it.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. So out of all these games you just announced in these subscriptions, which one do you think, guys, is the best one? The best package out of all these subscriptions they have?
Well, I mean, I still think I still think Game Pass is the best value
Yeah,
because you're
I'm talking
getting
about
new.
this stuff. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about like the best deal. I'm just talking about the
Oh,
games. The
okay.
best. Stuff.
I mean, I've been wanting Grounded since like it was originally announced. So the fact that we're getting it in less than 2 weeks, that's what has me excited. I wouldn't mind playing Watch Dogs too. I kind of wish that would come to the Game Pass so I could
You can
play it.
you can get it on PC for free right now.
How through when?
Ubisoft is a thing going on at like after the conference. They released it for free.
Oh, okay. Well, I will go get it for PC then, because my PC will definitely be able to run it because
Yeah,
I can run
and
Sea of Thieves on it.
I think
So
you play PC better. I mean, and how many
I
times you
do.
play PC, by the way? Like,
I play it
regularly?
when Leah had a subscription to Xbox Live, I would play it just because the three of us were able to play together, me, Leah, and Avery. So like we could all play Sea
Okay,
of Thieves.
fair.
So I would play on my PC then. What?
Chris, what do you think is the best, subscription package right now they have for this month?
Honestly, nothing's really like grabbing me too much. I mean, I'll go with. I like Xbox Live games with gold because Saints Row 2, but you got new games with Game Pass. I could care less about 2K20 since I already own it on PlayStation. So, I mean, for me, I'll probably go with Game Pass because you get grounded
All
day
right.
one, and that's a new game.
I don't
Yeah,
have 2K20, so I got PlayStation Plus. So to me, PlayStation Plus wins.
Oh, of course.
But
Whatever
also,
gives you the best value.
Pete, when you're grinding, if you ever go to my career mode and you're grinding your player from a 65 to a 90 something without paying extra money for it, let me know how long that process takes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can never do that. I can never create the whole player. You have to put money into make him better. I think that's so. Like, I hate the fact that video game companies like EA does that. I think it's just ridiculous. Like,
No, it's 2K.
I never,
It's 2K.
it's such. Oh, 2K. I'm sorry, 2K. I never see how companies can do that. Just trying to make money off of people, just because, like, oh, hey, put this much, and then you can build your character up to be this strong. It's so stupid, man. It's like, like, what happened to skill, dude? Like, just being good at what you,
Not really though, Pete. What if you don't want to grind it all the way up? What if you just want to start out at that level?
I know. It's just
Isn't your time
stupid. Like,
isn't your time worth something?
Yeah, I guess, but I still think it's stupid. It's like, oh, hey, put this much money and whatever. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. I'm not.
Okay,
but.
question. I got a question for you, for both of you guys.
What's that?
Would you rather have Smash Brothers have all the characters unlocked when you first get it, or would you rather unlock them?
I'd rather unlock them. I love the surprise. I'll be honest, man. When the whole new challenger appears, man, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And you get to, fight the guy and get to, I enjoy that. It's fun, dude. It makes me, that's what a gamer does. It's like you don't want everything, because then the game becomes boring. Like, I'll be honest, like now Smash Brothers, now that I have every character, it becomes a little bit like boring, because I enjoyed the fact that I kept on playing it and kept on earning each character and all that. That's like, and then you get to play that character, and that's the enjoyment of Smash Brothers.
So I guess in comparison, Chris, since I've never played 2K, the created character thing, is it enjoyable leveling up?
I mean, okay, so what they do when you get to 85, when actually throughout the game, each game you play, whether it be like on the park, or whether it be in rec with other players, or whether it be whatever, those two, mostly those two things, and then you gain rep. It means you can level your guy up. Also, you gain badges, which means you can focus on finishing, playmaking, rebounding, and defensive kind of a thing. You can focus on those things, and those will make your player better. Like, you actually be like, okay, I can rebound more this way, or I can actually be more of a brick wall. I can set screens better. and so when a guy runs into me, he almost will fall on the ground, kind of a thing. They have that implemented in there, which the grind is kind of fun, but kind of gets boring and really repetitive because you got to play so many games, you got to do very well, and like you end up playing through the whole entire NBA season trying to grind to get better, just to get your butt whooped online later on.
But here, let me ask you a question, Ant. You never like when you play RPGs, you always build your character up, right? Like that's the whole purpose.
Oh, Pete, we're gonna talk about that. Oh boy, we'll talk about that and what I've been playing.
Oh, really?
I kind of already alluded to it. So
okay.
Just
wait. You did. You did. But I'm just saying though, like, you know, as a gamer, you've built your characters up through RPG or any game.
You know what? I'll just talk about it now because it's relevant to what we're talking about instead of waiting. So I've been playing Kingdom Hearts. I'm on the absolute last level. I'm at the final save point, and now I have to go out of the final save point to other worlds to grind because the end boss is so ridiculous that I can't even beat him. Ridiculous. So now I'm having to go around to other planets and do other like side quests and stuff to level up to be able to fight this a-hole.
How mad were you, man? How mad were you when you kept on losing?
Dude, I was getting so annoyed, and like the thing is it scales the enemies you fight as well, so they're getting to be just as ridiculous like in the area, so I can't even like grind in the same area that he's in.
Who do you find Sephiroth?
No, fighting Ansem.
Okay.
So if you know like Disney, he's like kind of like the he's like the guy with the pen that write the stories and whatnot. So yeah, that's who you're fighting.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm on, dude. I'm like on the very last level. Like I'm literally like so close to beating the game, and now I have to go grind. This is after I beat the pre-final boss, which I had to grind like 5 levels up in the area to beat him.
Why don't you go level down to baby mode?
Dude, I tried. It's locked in once you start the game. I can't go to baby ass. I even told Leah. I even went and tried it. I'm like, I'm going to baby ass baby mode. I'm like, I can't do this anymore, and it's locked in, dude. And I'm like, no way. Like, so I'm like 22, 23 hours into the game, so I'm not gonna restart in baby ass baby mode.
Oh my god. Oh, that's frustrating.
I kind of wish I was, I was there to watch you get.
Shut up, Pete.
I bet you got so mad. You want to throw control. You're like, god damn it. Were you getting there, Ed?
I was. I just shut it off and went and played Halo.
You're like, screw this game. Here's a question, guys. Here's a question. I think I asked this question before, but I want to ask it again because it always kind of like, what game has got you so like what makes you want to rage quit, like or throw your controller at the TV? Like, what game has made you do that? Since any game we can talk about when you're a kid or now or whatever, that you're like, okay, screw this damn game. I'm throwing,
NBA 2K18. Was the first time me throwing my controller and actually breaking it.
Why? Were you losing that bad online?
No, it's the fact the animations were so stupid, and like it wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do, and then it cost me the game, and I like got so pissed off and I just slammed my controller on the ground and I walked away, and came back and it was like all messed up. I was like, oh crap.
How about you, Ed? What game made you really almost rage quit? Or
dude, games that like really like Batman Dark Tomorrow really pissed me off.
What, the fence?
Yeah, stupid fence that you can't even get by. I don't know. You know what's more frustrating to me when like there's bad game design where you can't tell which way to go or what you have to do next. Like that frustrates me more than anything.
Or gameplay too.
Yeah.
Like gameplay. Yeah.
Or fetch quests. I can't stand fetch quests. I hate when Nintendo does that shit too. They'll always put in like a fetch quest right before you go and beat the final boss, and I hate that crap.
I feel like sports games are like the worst.
Add
What was
this
that?
little gem. We're gonna add this little gem in there just to make this game a little bit longer for you.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like you're ready to fight the boss. It's like, oh, before you do that, you got to go to these 5 places that are all on the different end of the map and collect one little thing so you can unlock the door to fight them. Because that's what we do at Nintendo. We like to fuck you at the end.
Dude, man, I'm trying to think, but I feel sports games usually always piss you off. Like sports games are like some of the worst. Feel like, you know, especially like I feel like Madden or games like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys feel.
I mean,
I don't know.
sometimes
Like sometimes, go ahead.
Madden for me is more lines of fact that like if I throw an interception or whatever, that's my fault. I'll blame that on me. Now sometimes I may see a linebacker just reach all the way to freak up above a wide receiver, and I'm like, there's no fucking way that will happen. And like
But
then
then
I
your
get pissed off,
AI,
but then like then I move
like,
on.
but then your AI will fuck up or whatever. Let's say you know you have a good scheme and all that, but your fucking cornerback like you know can't cover for shit, and then lets the guy score a touchdown. You're like, what the fuck, man? That's on you, dude.
You got to
like,
shade him help, bro. You got to get that safety shading over there.
I'm saying though. I mean, hell, man.
Pre-snap,
you know,
pre-snap, Pete.
Hey,
Pre-snap.
Look, you played ISS, man. You played ISS, and you know how mad I used to get in that game. The referee used to give us red cards all the time because, like, we made a tackle and it's not even that hard, and then the guy gets a red card and you get kicked out. You're like, what the fuck, man? You get beat
yeah,
5.
Yeah, but it don't matter,
soccer,
Pete.
yeah.
Pete, it don't matter though because I could play 10 on 11 because I just juke and jive all the way down the field, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't be able to do that this year's FIFA. There's no way. No.
Oh, I can't even do that in the FIFAs like in the previous years. Dude, FIFA's really, really fun co-op like sports game though. If like because a lot of games like a lot of sports games don't really work in co-op, but FIFA is like really good for co-op.
Yeah, it was. It was. Let me ask you something,
all
guys.
Right.
Here's another question before we go to the next subject matter. What's the one boss that pissed you off? I think Ant's kind of alluding to the boss in Kingdom Hearts. One boss, you're like, this guy, I can't fucking beat him. He's pissing me off. It's like, what the hell, man? It's like so ridiculous that you kind of like want to throw your controller, on the ground.
So one in recent memory was the
any memory, yeah.
Well, just recent memory though is the stranger from Jedi Fallen Jedi whatever it's called Fallen Order. Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order. Dude, the stranger was like, oh my god, dude, that guy's a piece of crap. Like that was such a hard boss fight.
Recent memory, there is a boss and there's 2 bosses in Last of Us Part 2. One is really scary and got to the point where like I almost stopped playing because the fact it was too damn scary.
Yeah.
And then there's another one where they make you do something in the game that I'm like, I don't want to do that. So then I let the boss kill me like a couple of times.
I think
that's without me spoiling things, by the way. I'm not
yeah. I'm trying to think though, because I always feel we get to a point in a game where like there is going to be a boss that once you beat it, it's over your anger, but you get to the point you're getting really pissed and frustrated and all. You're like, well, what the hell,
How about Mike Tyson in Punch Out?
I never got that far.
Dude, Mike Tyson will whoop your ass. No joke.
I tell you what, dude. You played Punch Out on the Wii, the new one, dude. Like the second time you go for the championship, it's ridiculous, man. Like I got all the way to Ball Bull, and Ball Bull whooped my ass. Like it's just like ridiculous. It's like, okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm not playing this because it gets to a point where like it's almost like it's so difficult to even knock these guys out or win the boxing.
Yeah, I mean, matches. King Hippo cheats the second time around. He has like foreign objects in there, dude. He has like a manhole cover. Not even cool. You're not supposed to have foreign objects in the ring.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It's some of those games are just straight up like I don't know, man. So ridiculous and all that. I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I know, like, I haven't played these games, but I know these games are extremely difficult and probably piss gamers off. Dark Souls or Bloodborne I heard those games like the bosses are ridiculous. So those are other games that I feel like.
Ninja Gaiden back on the Xbox, that was ridiculous.
I heard that was ridiculous too. Yeah, that's another one. I never played it, but I heard it was
Chris, have you played Bloodborne?
Ridiculous.
No. Bought it. Never played it.
How about Dark Souls? Never played Dark Souls also?
Nope. Because I know what kind of games those are.
Yeah.
It's the ones that you start in baby mode because you know exactly how that's going.
Or sometimes they don't even have an actual different level. They just have one mode, and like it's either you get this or you don't. But let's move on, gentlemen.
All right, let's do it.
Lego Nintendo Gaming System releasing August 1st. So, this got announced yesterday. Yeah, you can build your NES and whatnot. You can have the little TV going, all Legos, all cute, white and whatnot. But guess how much this bitch cost?
Chris, I'm gonna have to applaud you though. I didn't know you would know that that's a TV. I know they looked a little bit more advanced when you were young.
No, I had a TV like that.
Oh, okay.
I had a TV like that back at my grandma's house.
I was about to say, dude, that looks like my first TV.
I know how to work a TV like that.
You actually had to turn the dial.
Yeah, it's like a little knob. You turn it off.
So I know.
Make sure you get a signal.
I know how much it costs, so I'll let Pete.
No, I know how much it costs too.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Then say it, Chris.
Let's all say it in unison. 3. There you go. Okay. 3, 2, 1. $230.
$30. Okay, it's $230.
Yeah, $230. You know what I say?
Tax,
that's $230 towards my Series X. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, in all honesty, I'm sorry. In all honesty, it's all cool and all that. I mean, it looks like a cool thing, but $230. That's a lot of money to be spending on Legos. So, man, I don't know, man. If anything, I'll say at least 100, and that's about it. But 230, that's way.
Dude,
way
I wouldn't
much,
pay
man.
more than 60 for that.
I mean, come on now. This is Nintendo we're talking about here. They sold cardboard to you guys for $80. Let's
not to me, man.
Let's break it down now. They tried to sell cardboard for $80.
Oh, I mean, there was software in there too. It wasn't just cardboard.
I mean, there's software in this too.
Technically, there is.
Legos are always expensive, though.
Here's my thing, though. Here's my thing, though. Is there like a limited supply of these, or is it like abundance? If it's a limited supply, I can understand it because it'd be a collector's item. But if it's like a mass production kind of item, yeah, I don't see how people can spend $230 on this.
Honestly, guys,
but like I said,
if you can get it, and you want it, dude, get it and hold on to it. I just looked this up. So on Amazon right now, if you want to buy the Lego Star Wars Death Star, it is $750.
And I mean, that's the point I'm trying to make, though. If it's a collector's item, yeah, I could see somebody spending $230 and keeping it because, like I said, though, that could be worth tons of money later on.
I would buy it and never open it, and then as soon as and then as soon as people can't find it, I would sell it.
Exactly, and like I said, it matters how much of how much is Lego actually distributing of this. If it's mass production, then yeah, it's not worth really the price. I'll wait till it goes down in price.
I found the Lego Star Wars Death Star basically. So Target brand new was selling it for $500. So it's went up $300 since it's been discontinued. But brand new, it was still $500.
Wow.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's all really, if it's a collector's item, this is a collector's item, then yeah, in about a few years ago, it's going to be worth a lot of money. it's going to be worth into the thousands. So
Dude.
really all that matters is why they're, if there's some, like I said, but if it's a mass production, then yeah, I'll wait till it goes down in price.
What do you guys think the profit margin is on Legos?
I don't know.
It's high enough for them to build a theme park.
Banking, dude.
Yeah.
It's high enough for them to build a theme park.
You got a point.
I just want to say though, I buy a lot of like Funko Pops. Like I have a lot of those, those little like these figurines right here. And sometimes these things are worth money, man. Some of these like if they're collector's items, if they don't have too much of a mass, they're worth money. So you never know, man. Like I said, this could be worth a lot of money in the future, but it's all a matter of, like I said, it's all a matter of mass productions. I know for a fact, like when I was a kid, I used to collect comic books, this is when the comic books were really huge back in the 90s. So for like I thought they would be worth money later on, but they're not because of how many copies there are. It's really all based on how many limited copies there are. If there's a limited copy of something, like I said, limited supply of these. It's the same with like Nintendo Classic. I remember at one point they're selling almost like 800 because they only have a small supply of Nintendo Classics. It's the same thing. If like literally it's a limited supply and a high demand, like I said, this thing could be selling for 500,000 for all we know, man. So it's all a matter of supply and demand. If like I said, if this is a huge demand and very little supply, dude, it'll be worth tons of money. So it's all really a matter of if you want to make that investment. And I don't know if this is, like I said, but I'll definitely, if anybody's interested in this, well, I know if anybody's interested in this and you see a limited supply, yeah, 230 doesn't seem like a reasonable price because, like I said, it might be worth tons of more money later on if you want to sell it.
Don't open it if you buy it. Just saying.
No, do not open it. Do not open it, dude. That literally, and that's another thing too with collector's items is the fact that anytime, like even comic books and things like that, if you have like one little scratch or one little like whatever, not worth it, not worth that.
And if you do want to open it, buy two.
Yeah,
buy two. Yes, that's
definitely.
That's what I think. I remember. I think I want to say I have two Nintendo Classics, or maybe one. I don't know. I think about two. I'm not sure, but anyway. But yeah, that's my thoughts about that.
So next on the list, gentlemen, we're going to react to a trailer. There's a lot of trailers we're reacting to tonight, but first one is Halloween.
Let's do it.
Trailers. Let's do it.
Perfect. That's all they needed to show. Perfect.
Boom. Just like that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thoughts, Chris?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Pete. I know you're chomping at the bit.
No, I was gonna say though, I agree with Anthony. That's a perfect teaser trailer to the new Halloween movie, and I like it because it actually, I think when we all watch a movie, we're like, okay, how can I make a sequel? If you're practicing the spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, you practicing he's locked up in a basement, the house is completely on fire. You pretty much think he's gonna die. So that makes perfect sense that the firemen come in there, put the fire down, and he still survived the whole thing, and he comes back. So it's perfect way to tell hey, this is what's gonna happen in the sequel. So that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they pretty much, this was like a short little tease, and also let you know the movie has been delayed to next year, and that's literally the only thing you need to see, and I'm sure we'll get a more longer trailer next year. But yeah.
What was the date? I'm I kind of.
I think it was October.
Once it comes out in 2021, right?
It's yeah, it's 2021. But like, what date was it? It was October 15th, 2021.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So, all right, next
what's your
up on the
thoughts?
list.
Oh, that was perfect, man. That was
Yes, it
good.
is.
Peacock TV.
All right.
Peacock TV launches today.
All right.
So Peacock TV, which is like NBC Universal, started their streaming service and is out today. It was available a couple weeks beforehand to Comcast customers, but now it is available now to everyone. There is a free version that's out right now that you can watch all the older stuff, like
Mhm.
you can watch older movies as well, like Jurassic Park trilogy. Um, I think the Fast and Furious is on there for the free
Not
one.
yet.
I think so. Not yet. But yeah, I mean, they have things, but here's a little tidbit for you. As many things that they have, those are many things that are leaving.
What do you mean?
So, starting
Well,
on
yeah, what do you
July
mean?
31st, Shrek trilogy, Jurassic Park movies are all gone, and Matrix movies are all gone.
Where are they going?
They're coming off the site. They're not going to be on Peacock anymore.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who owns? Wait a minute. NBC is with Universal, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Matrix is it's not Universal. It's Warner Brothers. So
It's
they'll
Warner
go to
Brothers.
HBO. It's HBO. And so
Yeah.
how about
Probably,
Jurassic
yeah.
Park? How about Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park is
That-
leaving. That's Universal.
That's Universal. That's weird though. That's leaving.
Yeah. Also, as well, Children of Men on July 31st is also leaving. Blair Witch Project is also leaving as well. And also Parenthood, according to this article here.
But I feel like a lot of that, like it's kind of like what Disney has to go through, like even with their streaming site, is the fact that, like, I think they can't have the Indiana Jones movies because they have also like those whatever movies are owed to some other streaming site or network, or they have to kind of and stuff like that. That's the problem with a lot of streaming sites. I think when it first started, I feel like a lot of it they don't have the rights yet because they have other contracts they have to fulfill, I guess, when it comes to their streaming or whatever. So I think that's probably what it is. I could probably see Jurassic Park coming back later on, like full time, once this whole thing is over. But like Disney went through the same problems too. I think for like the longest time they couldn't get the X-Men movies, or I think there's other movies they haven't even put in yet, or like I said, Indiana Jones movies they haven't have it yet. So
yeah, that's really weird that that those movies are leaving.
But then again, HBO Max had the same thing as well.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
had Superman, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Justice League, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman. All were supposed to leave July 1st, but due to the fact of fan backlash, they extended it all the way to December.
Okay. Yeah, well, it seems like I said though, if you own the rights to the movies, it should be on your site, right? But I mean, sometimes I guess
they probably made deals though with somebody else so that they can stream them.
Well, that's what it is, dude. That's what it is, or even TV.
So I just wanna
networks.
So let's talk about what they do have though. So here's there's an article of 20 hidden gems to watch on Peacock. So I'll just go through that real quick, and then we'll talk about the original. So it has the complete original Unsolved Mysteries series on there. So if you want to watch the old school Unsolved Mysteries, they are all available on Peacock. There's cult movies available, such as Serial Mom, American Psycho, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and more. All the Saved by the Bells are on there. They have a whole Nicolas Cage channel, which has Red Rock West, Rumblefish Joe, and more. They have the complete series of Columbo, of 21 Jump Street, Sequest, DSV, Sliders, They have Alfred Hitchcock movie collection, which includes Psycho, Vertigo, The Birds, and more. Also, the more would be Rear Window, Rope, Shadow of a Doubt. It has a whole series for Airwolf, for Covert Affairs, for Care Bears, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which is from the 70s animated series. It has the show The Commish on there, which stars Michael Chiklis. If I don't know if you ever seen that, but it has all the classic Universal monster movies such as Dracula, Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein. Has Abbott and Costello films. Has Spike Lee movies such as Do the Right Thing, Mo Better Blues, Crooklyn, Clockers. Has the Rockford Files, The Carol Burnett Show, classic films
The
such
Mummy
as
1 and 2.
Which one?
The Mummy 1 and 2.
Yes. Classic films such as Cape Fear, Charade, Spartacus, The Sting, and more. And so yeah, that's some of the backlog they have. So that's kind of cool.
That's not bad.
And again, yeah, like Chris was saying, like they are available for free. There's a free tier. You just have to watch commercials. So then they have their Peacock Original, which is only available to premium customers, which if you have Comcast or Cox Cable, you get for free with that, or it's $5 a month.
Yes,
I believe.
$5.
So the originals, we were talking a little bit before the show. There's one called Brave New World, which is based off of an older book. But it's basically been like revisioned to take place in the future. And actually, IGN gave it a 9 the first season, so that's pretty good. So actually, I'm actually, yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yep, and they also have a show called The Capture, which looks pretty good. It's from BBC. That's where it originally aired. They also have some children's shows. I know they have like Curious George and Where's Waldo and something else. But yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much. And then they have like all the old SNLs on there. They have 30 Rock. They have like a lot of the NBC shows, the more recent ones.
Yeah.
I got a question, guys. So you said that the Peacock streaming site is for free. You can get it for free, but then if you want the new shows, you got to pay the premium. And how much is the premium?
Pete, who's your cable provider? Don't you have Comcast?
Oh yeah, I do. Oh, I can get it for free.
It costs you nothing. No, you just got to log into your Comcast account when you're in the app.
Oh, wow. Okay,
free upgrade, sir.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty nice. But yeah, so that sounds pretty good, dude. Like good variety. Here's my question too, and he said Sliders on NBC.
Yep.
What's the Sliders a Fox show?
It was. I just read that. And Sci-Fi bought the rights from it to continue the last season. And Sci-Fi is owned by NBC. So
you're right. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
You go.
Yeah, that last season of Sliders was not that good though.
Was Jerry O'Connell phoning it in?
Oh, dude, I don't even think it was. It was his brother. Remember? I think he left.
Charlie O'Connell.
Yeah, and then the professor left too. So the show literally tanked after that. Great show though. If you haven't watched Sliders, though, I love that show. But yeah, what's your guys' thoughts, man? Do you think it's definitely worth getting or worth downloading?
I'm looking at what the catalog now. They have Frasier, Cheers, of course, all the late night shows, some mystery, true crime stuff. I mean, it's interesting to see for free. So
you know what's another cool thing? If you guys watch Seth Meyers or what's the other late show that's on NBC?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. They actually air on the network an hour before they air, like on the real stuff.
That's pretty cool. Actually.
Yeah. So if you have the Peacock channel, you could actually watch it an hour prior to it airing on the live TV.
Oh, that's cool.
Do they have old school late night with Conan O'Brien?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
They don't. Heroes is on there. That's cool. They also have 2.5 Men on here too.
Wow. What?
Yeah.
Wait, 2.5 Men was CBS though, wasn't it?
I know.
Did it get bought? Because they have Everybody Loves Raymond too, which I thought was CBS.
Yeah, it was CBS.
They have the King of Queens.
That's weird.
Well.
I guess it bought them out. That's weird.
Willis, Raymond, George Lopez,
CBS now want to.
Frasier was NBC back in the day.
Yeah, no, Frasier was NBC, so was Cheers. I know that.
But I know, for
have...
instance, they sold the rights for Seinfeld to who bought Seinfeld's rights?
Wasn't it Netflix or
who was it, Chris?
Peacock. I thought Peacock did.
Did they? And then someone bought Friends. Was that HBO Max that bought Friends?
I think HBO Max for like a ridiculous amount of money. But Seinfeld, I want to say Netflix, man. Netflix has Seinfeld. I want to say.
Who has the rights to Seinfeld?
No, it's actually Hulu through June 2021.
Yeah. $130 million.
Oh, wait, but then Netflix bought it after that.
Yeah, Netflix, yeah. Because they lost Friends. Netflix
in 2021. They bought it. Okay, Netflix didn't disclose how much it paid for the 5-year deal, but it said they have paid far more than the $500 million NBC Universal paid for The Office, and the $425 million Warner Brothers shelled out for Warner Media shelled out for Friends. Oh my God!
What's up, Tabitha? How you doing, Tabitha? Dude, that's ridiculous money. You know what's ridiculous, dude? Guys like Jerry Seinfeld never had to work again. Even the cast of Friends had to work again because they get those checks.
Or The Office. Jesus.
Or The Office.
500 million for The Office. That's nuts.
They get those checks, dude. That's how this. They make their money, man. If you have a really good show, you'd be like, oh hey, we're gonna pay this $500 million to get, and all these actors, anybody involved, start getting these checks.
Wow. So, dude, they still Netflix paid all that money for Seinfeld, and here's a metric, a viewer metric for you from Hulu. They said that Hulu said that Seinfeld accounted for less than 1% of its overall viewership, and they still paid that money for it. Wow. Netflix. Damn.
You know what the problem with Seinfeld, dude? You can find it.
Because they don't have anything.
You can find a syndication, but you can find a syndication anywhere, man. Like they show on TBS and other find a syndication Seinfeld. So I think it's funny that Hulu does it because really, if you're just anybody, you can literally find Seinfeld anywhere. Really, I think it's just funny to me, but I mean,
it's different ways, you can watch it like in a row and see how the story progresses.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that.
I mean, Friends, it's another one.
Because I wouldn't want to watch, especially a show like How I Met Your Mother. I know you've been watching that, Chris, and that's a show. If I would not want to watch that show out of order at all.
No, not at all.
That makes sense. But I think shows like The Office and Friends. I mean, a lot of people like to go back to those shows and watch them because they love those shows. So, I mean, that's a lot of money though. That's ridiculous money to be offering that much. But I guess they think it's worth it.
Yeah. All right, moving on to our next thing here. All right, Solo. Boom.
Power, speak a little louder.
If there was a pill,
hungry for that money, I'm coming to devour.
They could give you 5 minutes.
Spit it so they get it. I'm embedded with the power.
Of pure power.
I'm embedded with the power.
Would you take it? You don't know who I am and what I'm about, but I'll do anything to find that source.
Listen to my voice. Am I lying?
Welcome to Project Power. Our goal is simple: the next evolution of the human species.
You ever taken one of those before? It can make you strong, make you invisible. You never know what your power is until you try it.
You push that power, don't you?
Yeah. On the streets, they're talking about superpowers, but they're not talking about how one hit could kill you. What's the plan now?
You took something from me. I gotta get it back.
Something or someone.
This thing's tearing our city apart. Your kid has something to do with it?
Where you think they got the formula from? They have my daughter.
Maybe we can work together on this. What do you need?
You still got them pills on you?
It's about to get real noisy.
So that's your power.
First, we stabilize it. Then we weaponize it.
Power goes to where it always goes, to the people that already have it.
They think they can just test their product on my city? We'll let them see what happens.
I thought we were like Batman and Robin.
Ain't no Batman and Robin. That's a movie. This is real life.
We doing this.
Tell me what my daughter is.
We're gonna end this.
It's time to rise. It's time to rise.
You need anything else?
No, I'm fine.
Yes, you are.
All right.
So is this a movie? This is a
Project
movie,
Power,
right? Not TV,
Netflix movie.
right? Movie.
It's a movie.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm
It
just
is a
who's
movie.
gonna respond first. Yeah. Who's responded first, guys?
I think it looks
gonna
good.
get the first?
I'm down. I'm game. I'm watching it day one.
I mean, Netflix is coming out with some bangers. I mean, come on. They are just
Yeah.
like letting it. Oh man. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I will be watching it day it releases. They're just
Yeah, I think.
yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah, I know. I think it looks really awesome and all that. I definitely good cast, of course. Jamie Foxx and Joseph Lewitt, Gordon-Levitt. Thank you. It kind of reminds me a little bit. I don't know why. It kind of reminds me a little bit of The Boys in some ways. Even though like it's not really like the superhero group, but the whole pill thing and how you gain powers, kind of like if you haven't watched The Boys yet, I'm sorry, a little spoiler, but kind of reminds me a little bit of that. But I definitely like that whole dynamic. Was that? What was that?
I said I'll just ignore you. I said I'll just ignore you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But no, it looks really cool, dude. I love, like I said, it's cool that the whole plot seems like a pretty good idea, pretty cool idea. Definitely a different take on the whole superhero genre, and
yeah,
man,
definitely
interested. Let me ask you something. Is this based on an original script, or is this based on a comic book, or any? I mean, I'm not
going to look
with
it
it
up right now. All right, so
I'm just curious if it's.
I think it's just based off of just an idea.
Okay, cool. I always feel like, I remember watching the movie Hancock with Will Smith, and I felt like they fell short on that idea. I think it was a great idea. They just fell short. And I feel like, I think seeing a movie like this, I think hopefully movie writers have a great, and they know how to execute this idea, make it work. Because I like the fact that it's a gritty comic book movie. It's a gritty and realistic take on comic books. And I love seeing stuff like this because, like I said, I always feel the need a new take on everything. We already have MCU.
Yeah.
We have already a different type of things. So I love seeing definitely a new take, on the whole comic book genre, which, definitely I'm very interested in and seeing where it can go. I like the fact, too, in the trailer, it says, like, when you take the pill, you don't know what kind of power you're going to get. So I like that whole idea, the fact that, I think it's cool. And the fact that if somebody takes it, they can get these powers, so you have no idea what they're going to get. So I like that whole aspect of it. It's a great idea in that sense. So, yeah, it's definitely cool, and I'm definitely excited for it.
Yeah.
I think it could be really cool.
I'm
Really cool
excited
movie.
for it. I'll watch it. Anthony seems like he's going to watch it day one. Pete, you probably going to watch it eventually at some point in your life.
Well, you know what, dude? Why don't we just make it when it comes out? Why don't we just do a homework, man? You know, when it comes out, let's just do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be doubled up. It's gonna be doubled up on the homework that we already have, buddy.
That's fine.
Well, yeah,
You can double it.
That's fine.
We can
So
do
we
that.
watch one movie and watch another movie, right? When is this coming out?
All right, August 14th.
When is it? Oh yeah, dude. So whatever homework we have there, one movie, we'll watch this one too. We did the same thing for Extraction, which was great, which was a great movie too, by the way, from Netflix. Extraction.
That
you
is
haven't
true.
watched that yet. So
I'm surprised we didn't do it for
down
Old Guard.
Yeah, well, nobody said anything, so I figured like, But yeah, I think this is definitely a good movie to watch. And I think you're right, Chris. I think Netflix has definitely one up themselves when it comes to their movies. Like, they definitely have been doing, like, watching Extraction. I was very impressed by that movie, and seeing this one and their production looks really great too. So, and like we said before, dude, when it comes to streaming sites, if they can have really awesome original content, that's where the money is at. So they won't have to spend a ridiculous amount of money on Friends or Office or any of these shows that are not there. So
yeah, that's true. All right. So speaking of streaming sites right now.
All right.
Speaking of streaming sites, so I know Anthony wants to talk about this. Disney Plus adds X-Men movies, including Days of Future Past, that reveals Hugh Jackman's buttocks.
Oh yeah,
in the flesh,
and an F-bomb to boot. So so Disney's definitely pushing the edge of their streaming service. They said they wanted it to be family friendly. So family friendly in this round includes one F-bomb in Hugh Jackman's buttocks. Also, if you've seen Hamilton, they drop some F-bombs and they say shit in there a couple times. So definitely Hamilton pushes that pushes that as well. So yeah, I don't know.
They censored the F-bomb, so right? In Hamilton.
Yeah, they censored it. You know what they're saying though. I mean, they're like so, the one part in the song is like drop the mother. We all know what's coming next.
Well, I saw you in a PG-13 movie, which that's all Disney really, like that's as far as they go. They don't go rated R. You're allowed one F-bomb, so it's to parameter. They're allowed this.
Did they never use one F-bomb in any Marvel movie?
No.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
You know what though? You know what's funny, guys? I don't know if you know this, but supposedly the end of Endgame, the original script said that when Tony put the glove,
please tell me he said I'm Iron Man, motherfucker.
No,
please
he
tell
was
me.
Gonna say, no, he was gonna say. I think he was gonna say to Thanos like "fuck you" or something like that. I think.
Oh no, it would have been way better if he puts on the glove and said "I'm Iron Man, motherfucker," and then killed him. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that would have been cool too. But I think he gonna say "go fuck yourself" or something like that. I can't remember. That's originally what was supposed to say, and then somebody came up with the whole like, why don't you just say I am Iron Man? It makes perfect sense. So it actually that's a much better. That to me was much better, much more sensible. But yeah, no F bombs.
That's really good. But I think they could have added the MF after, and it would have been just as good, if not better.
Well, I still think though Blade, when that comes out, you definitely see a few F bombs in that movie. So when Blade comes out,
yeah,
I have a feeling. But
I can't tell you they'll kill me, motherfucker. I'll kill you.
I'll kill you. Love Blade Trinity. So
yes.
No, what do you guys think? Are you all for this uncensored stuff on Disney?
Yes.
Here's why I think Disney's doing this, because the fact they have nothing. And they don't want to spend more money to edit these things out. And so they're like, okay, we'll just put it in there. And since Disney Plus literally has nothing and they want to get in the good graces of people, and like 2 weeks ago, they were in some hot water when they charged their annual pass holders quadruple, if not 5 times the amount than they were supposed to charge them for, because they ended up charging people almost thousands of dollars worth of money for their annual pass. So like Disney wants to go on everyone's good graces right now. So they don't want to spend any extra money because they really can't do it right now. And so they're like, oh, we'll just put this out there, get people in good graces. They're like, we love Disney since we have no other content, which is freaking insane and annoying as shit because it's Disney. How the hell do you not have everything in your umbrella on your streaming service?
Yeah,
one thing is them having deals with other streaming services.
I get that, but they also should have been like, hey, yeah, let's have more originals on a back burner because they knew this was coming. They knew Disney Plus was coming out, and they had nothing on a back burner to put out. So now we're going to have nothing. We have documentaries for everything that they come out with. Now they're going to have a Beyonce movie that no one fucking asked for, and then we probably have a documentary for that.
You know
what's the Beyonce movie?
It's some Beyonce documentary thing that I think is coming out. Beyonce Disney movie. Hold on.
You also got to take account, Chris. I don't think they predicted the whole pandemic thing to happen, and the pandemic thing really has pushed everything back when it comes to. You say
that, but look at Netflix. Look what we just watched on Netflix.
I agree. But Netflix has been doing this for a long time, and I think they've already planned everything out. Like
Disney hasn't made movies a long time.
No, they haven't. Just I think the problem with Disney is all this is so brand new to them that they haven't really adjusted to all this. Like Netflix has been doing this for at least a few years and all, and Netflix is to me the king of streaming right now.
Years. Dude, today is 4 years ago to the day that Stranger Things first appeared. So think about that.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm saying though, like, okay, they've been doing way more than a few years. But I'm saying though that the whole Netflix has been around for what, 15 more than that. The whole streaming thing has been doing it for the last, I'm going to say 10 years. So 10 years they planned this out.
No, they've been streaming for 15 years, doing original content for 10 years.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Original content for 10 years. Yeah. So to me, Netflix has literally been doing this for so long. They know what they're doing. When Disney, this is like they haven't had a year anniversary, so they're still kind of adjusting to this whole streaming thing and have original content. I mean, the whole pandemic thing really sets them back, I think, big time. But to me, talking about the censorship stuff like this, I'm so glad they didn't censor this movie. My whole thing when it comes to movies, okay, if you want to be family friendly, that's fine. Don't go do rated R movies. That's fine. If you want to go that route, that's fine. But when it comes to even PG-13 stuff, make it uncensored, dude. Like I always hate censored movies because the problem is, though, even when I was a kid or anything, I want to see what's censored. I mean, I'm more like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes as a kid, you're more curious about wait a minute, why does this seem kind of like, I want to see the real uncensored, uncut thing because it's what the movie's supposed to be. It's what the filmmaker tried to do.
Just add, if you have a problem with the PG-13 movie, you have a problem with the one F-bomb or people saying shit, then just make a parental advisory thing on the thing where it doesn't let kids, have parental controls on it. They honestly, I think they should have rated R movies on there. I think Deadpool should be on there. I think they should just put those movies on there and put a parental control on it. Because then I could say, okay, I put a password on my account. Avery can't get into it. She has her own account. There you go. It's done.
Disney should parent kids. Parents should be the parents of the kids.
Yep. Dude, I've always said that about Nintendo too. Nintendo's so annoying with that.
Just bring it up. Nintendo's the same way too. They always try to be they like censored. I remember, I don't know if you remember, Chris, the Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat, the first one, like literally all the fatalities were censored. It was like the worst thing ever, man. Like nobody wanted to play that game.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, there was no blood and censored fatalities in the original Mortal Kombat
on a Super Nintendo. So everybody jumped ship to Genesis because they had all the fatalities and blood in Genesis. So everybody went to Genesis.
I think they've finally gotten over that whole thing though. Just now, I think the Switch is like probably the first gen where they finally got rid of the kiddie stigma.
Which they should. It's not up to and here's the thing, dude. it's up to the parents. If the parents want to keep the, like say, oh no, you shouldn't watch this, then the parents should get involved. Not the, what I'm saying, not the company. So man, and if somebody complains, well, dude, you, like I said, as a parent, you can have a parental code where like these kids cannot watch, or you can prevent kids from buying violent games. That's up to you as a parent. I'm sorry, that's your job as a parent to do that. Shouldn't be up to the companies to be like, hey, no, we can't show this because it might. I don't want my like little Timmy to watch this and be affected by it. Like that. Besides, honestly, man, as kids, growing up as a kid, dude, I watch a lot of like hardcore. Like I watched RoboCop, and when I was like a kid, man, that was so violent. So yeah, dude. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Censorship. I don't believe in censorship. So. Anyway,
this is kind of like what we're talking about anyway.
Yeah.
So I just moved on a little bit.
Yeah.
But is this? I don't know. Disney has been doing movies and doing everything for years.
Yes.
So to me, I find it no excuse for the fact that where they don't have new things coming out. You have movies that have been filmed in quarantine coming out soon, but nothing from Disney. Mandalorian is on track right now because the fact they filmed everything ahead of time, so they're just doing all the CGI work and things like that. But
that, and they film in the that whatever they call that building, that circular building that they have, they film everything there, so they don't need to have sets. They don't need to go anywhere. That is their set.
Right. So Mandalorian is on track to come out. Is the fact of like going to these extra places. I know the Marvel shows, they didn't really think what was going to happen, and so they kind of like rushed. They kind of did their own thing and they started production. And I understand that. I understand that completely. But other things they could have had more of. Mulan, yeah, they could have released Mulan. That
was Frozen
because that movie was so great. But yeah, that's just my thing. But best streaming service as of right now to you, Anthony.
To me, I mean, pound for pound, Netflix, just because they have the most content. The best original content, most original content. Netflix by far. I haven't had a chance to get on HBO Max yet, so I really can't do too much, with that. I can't really say much because I haven't even tried it at all. I would say Prime doesn't have enough original content, and most of the backlog stuff you can get on Hulu. So, but Hulu's the same thing with original content. Like, honestly, I feel like Hulu, even though Apple's like new to the game and they don't have a lot of original content, I feel like their original content's really good. So, I would say like that's probably would put. I would probably say I would probably go Netflix, Disney Plus. Even though I haven't tried it yet, HBO Max, I'd probably say after that, just because they have a pretty killer backlog of stuff. Then I'd probably say Apple Plus, Hulu, and then Prime Video, like in that order.
Pete, what about you?
I agree with Anthony. And Netflix definitely number one. I mean, if you look at everything, original content, backlog, all this other stuff, they definitely have like it's right now. They're the kings when it comes to streaming service. 100% agree. I think HBO Max. Well, here's the problem with HBO. Sorry, man. I got a telephone right there. So
who the hell has a normal telephone?
No, I do. Like old school telephone, man.
Jesus.
That's like a rotary phone, man.
Well, if you guys ever need to get out of the Matrix, we're going to Pete's house.
Yeah, dude, there it goes, like the Matrix phone. It really is. It's like the Matrix phone right over there. You can see. So anyway, one thing I gotta say about HBO Max. Oh yeah. One thing I gotta say about HBO Max, a huge negative in HBO Max, that it's not on Fire Stick or on Roku. And I'm sorry, I can't really like That's big, honestly. You can't, I have it on my phone, but I can't have it on my Fire Stick of Roku. That's a huge.
Can't you get it on your PlayStation?
You can.
Probably. I think, yeah, you can get a PlayStation. There you go.
Yeah,
so I can
there you go.
But I mean, I usually use my Fire Stick a lot, man. So like, it's
Yeah.
just kind of an inconvenience. But I'm just saying that kind of gives me down numbers. But HBO is really cool when it comes to like they have the DC, they have Looney Tunes, they have Adult Swim, they have also like your favorite Japanese anime. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, and they have other, of course, their own like whatever. But so I think it has a lot of potential. Unfortunately, I think I'm like, look, get on Roku, get on Fire Stick, and also start getting more content on your stuff. So I have to say Netflix, and I have to say probably Disney Plus, possibly Hulu, may HBO Max, Hulu, and then like Prime and Apple TV. That's my prime order. I'm gonna do it. I think definitely Netflix is the king, but in the same time, I think like I still think that Disney and HBO in the coming years are going to be in high contention with Netflix just because of the awesome content of television from HBO that they always produce. I mean, we still have that new Game of Thrones show that it's probably going to come out in the next couple of years, and also all their original content too. Plus Disney and their original content, and Disney, the fact that all those original MCU shows and Star Wars shows are going to come out. So I think really
once
the next
the Star Wars
5
shows
years,
and once the Star Wars shows and the Marvel shows, and then they're going to do shows based off of Disney characters at some point. I know they have a Kingdom Hearts series coming out. So once all those things start coming in track, like, dude, Disney's going to be killing it.
Well, that's the problem. That's the same with Disney. Literally, the only thing they have right now is Mandalorian. That's the only thing they have that's really awesome. Everything else is just kind of like documentaries.
Togo's a really good movie if you haven't seen it.
But they're small movies. It's not like a big movie. It's not like something where you're like, oh shit, must see. It's a good movie, but not a big movie. But I'm saying that once I feel like in the next few years, then we can start talking about Netflix and Disney. But here's the thing, though. And that's one thing you got to know. Netflix is not going to go anywhere, man. Netflix is going to keep on coming and coming and coming because they know they got competition now. So they're going to start putting up great stuff, and they're going to start putting up great movies, and they're going to invest a lot of money. And and here's the thing, dude, with all this pandemic stuff going on, and how theaters are, who knows how how it's going to affect theaters and all that. Netflix is going to try to get as much movies from directors and all that stuff. So who'd say like another next big movie from, who knows, Nolan or David Fincher might be on Netflix, So yeah.
Well, I mean, David Fincher's already worked with Netflix,
years.
So
Nolan will never go to Netflix.
But it's gonna be like what's that? Nolan?
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever go to the theater.
No, not with the money. Not with the money he's making in the theaters, man. He's like huge box office numbers. He's like the Steven Spielberg of this generation, honestly, because all his movies make.
So before we get Chris's opinion on his favorite streaming services, I got one question because I'm pretty sure he's going to say Netflix is his top as well. My one thing I wish Netflix would do, and it has nothing to do with their content, make a goddamn better menu. Their menu is the worst out of all the streaming sites. It is freaking horrible. The best thing they ever did was add the top 10, and it's unfortunate because that's not even that good, but they added it, and that's the best part of it. Fix your goddamn menu, dude. You're like shopping the goddamn eShop. That piece of shit place too. I don't want to go to any of them.
I 100% agree. And like, you know what I love about like HBO and Disney? The fact they have like Marvel, Star Wars, Disney. Like, literally you have your like, hey, if I'm a Marvel guy, I go to the Marvel section. If I'm a Star Wars, I go to there. I go, National Geographic.
Even the Peacock TV has a goddamn Nicolas Cage section. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, same with HBO. Literally, it's like DC, Adult Swim, Looney Tunes. Like, I 100% agree. Have your own little sections of where to go. I hate the fact they have to scroll all the way down just to find what like the other day I'm trying to look for I'm trying to look for like unsolved mysteries, and I'm like, okay, I gotta scroll down. Where is it? Okay, oh, right here in the top 10. I gotta look. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, for God's sakes, what is your, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I agree. Their menus need to change. That's a huge knock on them. Anyway, go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
Chris,
menus need to change. Yes. Netflix, number one. Number one, Netflix.
Okay.
I would say, due to the fact, basically just the fact of content that they have, HBO Max. I'll go then with Disney Plus, because without The Mandalorian, I have my National Geographic, and I love seeing my TV and some National Geographic. And then after that, I will probably go with. See, now this is a toss-up. I'm gonna go with Apple TV as my third. No, yeah, Apple TV is my third, mainly because of the fact of every series that has come out that is an original, I've watched all the way through. Like Defending Jacob, watched all the way through, loved it. C, watched it all the way through, enjoyed it. The movies that I have, The Banker, starring Anthony Mackie and Samuel L. Jackson, was very good. Good movie. So everything that I've watched on Apple TV Plus is good. I've not seen that one bad thing. Then I would probably go with Disney Plus, because the fact that it's Disney and what they have. Then I will go with Prime Video, mainly because of the fact of, like, I like the Boweries and I like Jack Ryan, and some of the little things that they do have, I actually do like. And also they have the whole entire series of 24 on there, so I mean, gotta go for my boy Jack Bauer.
Nice.
So there's that. And then
Nice.
I will go with Hulu, because the only thing I would watch on Hulu would be Castle Rock, and even that was just.
Which you still need to watch season 2.
Yes, I do.
Was season 2
But
really
yes,
that good on Castle Rock?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
The whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. Ending was the ending was phenomenal, actually. Made up for the ending of the first one.
Okay. God,
Chris,
man.
one question. On Apple Plus or Apple TV Plus, have you watched the M. Night Shyamalan show?
No, I have not.
Okay, I watched the trailer for it, and I gotta know what the goddamn twist is.
I have not watched it yet.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
I think I remember seeing the trailer for it, but I don't know exactly what happened in the trailer.
So basically, these people, they hire a nanny, right? And so like they're going over like the show, and they're like, oh, like we hired a nanny. So like in one scene, you see like the guy like pick up the baby by his legs and start like carrying him, and I'm like, what the hell? And then you find out like that the lady's baby died, and she keeps a doll, and she hired like, and like they're all like making this facade that the baby's real. So like the nanny's like. Yeah, I'm like, dude, I want to see it, because I'm like, what is the twist of it? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, why is everything like this? So, yeah, it looks interesting. I'd like to watch it.
Yeah, that does look interesting. I might have to watch that.
So all Netflix is king so far. Well, let's talk about this next year, July. See if Netflix is still king.
Yeah, we will definitely do that. But until then. We're gonna watch The Boys.
All right. Oh shit! I forgot about The Boys on Amazon, man. That's another great show.
Never seen it.
Federal authorities have initiated a multi-state manhunt for William Butcher.
If anyone spots William Butcher or any of his known associates, Marvin Milk, Hugh Campbell, or this man, please call 1-888-0-CRIME.
The world still needs superheroes. So let's get out there.
Let's take these cocksuckers down.
We are famous now.
Don't you worry. Daddy's home. I know we've been through some shit together. But this is a fucking mess. And we're the most wanted lads in the country. So what's your big plan? You'll love it.
I won't love it. I never love it. Never fucking love it.
Noted.
Ain't you twats lucky that I showed up?
The Boys Season 2 coming September 3rd. Anthony, I know you've never seen The Boys. Yes, it is graphic.
Great song, by the way.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a good editing job that they did.
Yes.
I agree.
But I mean, I'm excited. I am. It's probably the only thing I really watch on Amazon Prime besides Jack Ryan. But yeah, I'm excited.
I'd watch it.
Oh yeah?
You gotta watch. It's definitely but I mean you can handle it. I mean, like I said, I want to watch it with your family, that's for sure, but you can handle it.
It's like a
yeah,
Sin City graphicness to it without looking comic booky.
Yeah, I would say it's a very Sin City when it comes to the graphic, the language and the graphic violence. Yeah, definitely close, pretty much close to Sin City. I definitely agree with that. I definitely enjoy it. I think it's probably the best show on Amazon Prime, to be honest. That to me is their big, that's like their Stranger Things. I think that show. I haven't watched Jack Ryan yet. I heard that's really good. But something about The Boys, I feel like it's so like original and so graphic and so it's. And I'm sorry, Homelander as a character is so awesome. I love that character. Not love the character, but love the portrayal of that character. It's such a good
character. Yeah,
I don't love the character in general because he's. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I haven't watched it, but go watch it yourself. But the portrayal of the actor who plays that character does such a good job with that. So yeah, I'm a big fan of him. Pretty damn excited. I'm definitely gonna watch the second season because I really enjoy watching the whole first season. So yeah, excited, man.
Yeah, me too. Anthony, you gonna eventually watch it?
Oh, I will for sure.
Okay, all right.
I think it's only eight episodes or something like that. It's not that long the season, so.
Pete, main event tonight, NXT. Keith Lee puts the titles on the line against Dominik Dijakovic. Dude, tune into that. Seriously.
Man, this guy and his NXT. You
mean NXT Lee?
Keith Lee's gonna lose.
Okay, to Dijakovic, get out of here.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. Keith Lee's gonna win. That's what I meant to say.
I was about to say, what the hell? Oh, get the hell out of here with that noise.
Yeah, he's gonna win.
All right, so let's go on to this movie in review, gentlemen. Let's go ahead and let's get into this. The Evil Dead, 1981, directed and written by Sam Raimi, stars Bruce Campbell. Thoughts, gentlemen, on this. Anthony, go first.
Okay, so it's a movie. So I'll start out with this. It's definitely super low budget. I'm sure you go ahead and go over the budget right now, Chris, while you're at it.
I'm actually curious.
All right, let's see this budget. Do they even have a budget? Oh, okay, here we go. Budget was $350,000.
Wow, that was more than I was expecting.
I expected more like 50,000, not even like 10,000.
Yeah, I was expecting Kevin Smith-esque numbers.
Yeah, but it made gross USA 2,400. No, sorry, 2.4 million. Made 2.4 million, and worldwide it made 2.8 million.
Here's the real question though, Chris. That's probably just the initial run. How much money did it make after that? Because once it got cult status, it's pretty popular.
Definitely.
But okay, so let's start with talking about the movie. So so you could tell it's super low budget, but I gotta admit, as much as a Sam Raimi fan, I'm not. He gets some pretty amazing shots for his budget. There's definitely some amazing shots in the movie. And I don't mean amazing like like Christopher Nolan or David Fincher kind of amazing, just amazing for the money he had, the camera he was working with, like what he was working with. He got some amazing classic shots out of it. He knows how to get a good shot out of what he's doing. So there's that part. I mean, I don't like horror movies, so I'm not really the biggest fan of horror movies. So like the whole like Necronomicon thing where like there's like a book and he opens it up and demons are coming out. I don't know. It's not my kind of thing. So and the whole like grotesque like tree raping scene was kind of weird. I'm not really a big fan of that. Or like their exorcist kind of like the girls like, oh, come here, like kind of, I don't know, but there was one part too where the guy had an axe and he like goes to like comfort the girl instead of like cutting her head off, and I'm like, what are you doing? You have an axe, just chop it. But yeah, but it was pretty grotesque, pretty gratuitous violence, pretty gory, that lots of gore. Pretty much everything I guess you would want from this type of movie.
Yes, indeed.
What do you think, Chris?
I agree with you with the camera work and everything, but I'm gonna be honest with you, as a movie as itself, I hated it.
What did you hate about it? Just curious.
Like a lot of character decisions, I was just like, what is this movie?
Yeah.
Like, like, why? Like, in the whole, like, end part where, like, Bruce Campbell was lying on the floor and then just laying there while all this stuff is going, like, something is grabbing his leg, and another person is standing above him, and he's just laying there looking up, like, oh. Like, it was, oh, God. Like, we watched Dune. This is on that same level of Dune for me right now. Like, it was a struggle for me to get through. And I was like, they made 2 more of these?
So the second one's actually, what I heard, is more of a remake of the first. It is a sequel, but it's pretty similar to the first one. So get ready.
So guys, it's more campy too. The next 2 movies are more campy. So they don't take themselves serious. Like this movie actually was pretty kind of serious horror movie. The next 2, the second one's a horror movie, but still kind of campy horror. Like they almost like he has fun with it. Like Bruce
kind of like
Campbell.
Slither. Would you compare it to like
yes.
Slither? Okay.
Yes, like like campy like that. Like it starts becoming a little campy. Like Bruce Campbell starts like because and then the third one is straight up not even horror. It's more like campy, like whatever stuff. So but I this is kind of like the old school horror, like where like there's no like it's kind of like Jason movies and all this stuff that was popular back then, where the person themselves has no real like their IQ levels like 10. It's they don't have no IQ level whatsoever. Like for instance, there's a part, and you guys will all agree that the fifth wheel girl, the one like it wasn't like was already acting all weird and all that. She hears a noise, right? And she walks out by herself in the middle of the fucking woods at night to hear what the noise is.
No, she didn't hear a noise. She heard a voice say, "Join us."
Yes.
But I mean, it's just weird that she came all the way there, in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the night. I'm like, what do you expect to happen? You're
with like no clothes on.
Yeah, no clothes on.
And then she comes back and she's not like, let's get the F out of here. I was just raped by an effing tree. Like she's just like she's like acting like kind of normal, like for her, from what we've seen from her. And I'm like, I think I'd be like a little bit like more crazy than that.
Exactly.
But I mean, at the same time, like a horror movie like this is all for the jump scares, the gross. They're not about script. I don't think like Sam Raimi was like, let's write a good, reasonable script where it makes sense. This is more like, let's get some jump scares, let's have some gore, like some, like, you know, let's do like a traditional horror movie, which it was, and make it, in, you know, do it this
but
way.
Why can't you do both? John Carpenter did one 3 years earlier that was fantastic.
I agree. No, like, and John Carpenter's Halloween, to me, it's probably one of the best horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I would agree with that.
It was very sensical. The movie extremely sensical, like the horror, the slash or whatever it is. So I agree with that. This is not, but I mean, Sam Raimi at the time I think was a college kid, and all that's when he did this. He's, you know, fairly young. So this is what a college kid would do. Like, hey, let's create a horror movie.
Hold on, a college kid created Saw.
Yeah,
think about that for a second.
No, I agree with that, but I'm not saying though, like, but at the same time though, like, I feel like this movie is more for the special effects or the camera work or the scares, the jump scare, not the script. Script really wasn't there. I mean, the script is just very, like, the dialogue and everything about it just seemed very, like, straightforward.
Oh, dialogue awful. Awful.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. It's almost like straightforward. Like it's like, because they arrive to the camp, to the thing. There's not too much interaction with anybody really. You don't even know like the relationship between anybody.
No,
it's just there. You know, there's no like, there's no. You don't even know why the girl's there by herself. You know, they're two couples. You don't know why the girl, like the fifth one, is by herself.
I almost felt the fifth one was Bruce Campbell's sister. In a way, it felt like that's what they were trying.
But they never said anything. They never said anything.
Didn't. But that's what it felt like. It felt like that was his sister.
Yeah, but he never even said anything. Like, because you're right. At one point, she's like, "Let's get out of here, drive me home," and he did. So, but you never really, you know, they never said anything about it. So I felt like, I don't know. The thing is, with movies like this, I don't really look at it as like, oh man, you know, I look at it as like, this is a really small indie budget movie that really made its impact by the horror and the jump scares and the camera work. And like I said, the camera work was great. I love that camera work where like literally you see this camera, like you think it's a ghost or whatever coming through the woods and literally like going fast through the woods and all that. I love that camera work. I thought that camera work's great. And especially in the end too, where he goes right through the cabin, through the door, right to Bruce Campbell. I thought that's such a great camera work and all that stuff. And they do little stuff like that. It's almost, you know, like some of the special effects in the end was claymation, which, you know, a lot now it looks like all fake and all that stuff. But I thought they did a decent job with that. I thought they definitely made their point. Like I said, small budget movie, but they definitely made a point.
For their budget, you know, they definitely got the most out of their budget for sure.
Yeah, and probably a lot of it had to do with advertising, I bet, you know, trying to get that movie out there. So, yeah, I think it's good. And I think the later movies, like, doesn't take themselves serious at all, which I think it's good because I felt this movie shouldn't have been taken seriously. Because, like I said, though, I think it's funny, though, at first, like, they act seriously through the movie, the whole, like, you know, but like later on, it just becomes really just a campy horror movie, which I think that's the best approach for these movies because it should be campy. And I'm glad they took that approach.
You say that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this. I watched the remake, like, since this is my first time seeing this movie. I watched the remake of it first when it first came out. And I was like, oh, okay, this is what it is. So when we were getting ready to watch this, I was like, oh yeah, this is probably going to be similar to the same thing. These are two completely different movies.
You know what's funny though, Chris? I bet you the new one is really scary and very gory and very whatever. The new one,
I have
right?
a trailer for you. Let's do this right now.
Okay, let's do it right now.
Leave this book alone.
You don't understand.
released something from that book. Something evil. This thing is attached to Mia's soul. We're gonna have to kill her.
You're all going to die tonight. We're gonna get you, not another piece. Time to go to sleep.
So that's the remake.
Yeah, I actually have it. I haven't watched it yet, to be honest, but I actually have it. The one thing I want to say before that sole trailer, the one thing I want to say about Sam Raimi as a director, and I can tell from his earliest work on Evil Dead, is he really is a campy director. He, if you've seen Spider-Man's, they're pretty campy, his movies. If you've seen Darkman, that's kind of campy, even though it's a really good movie. Most of his movies are pretty campy, pretty like it's like he has like horror / campiness in one of his movies, and that's how he directs. I think, like I said, this director, I'm not sure what this guy did from the new one, but I'm pretty sure his stuff is straight gory and pretty visceral stuff, which I can tell.
He's directed 3 movies. Evil Dead was his first. Don't Breathe was his second. The Girl in the Spider's Web was his third.
Don't Breathe is the one where we saw, right? With the blind
yeah.
The blind
which we all really liked it.
Yeah.
No, I really like that. What's the one with the spy? The third one though. I don't know about that one.
It's the sequel to
Dragon Girls.
Yeah,
Tattoo.
thank you.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch that one, but no, man, I can tell from that director. I bet you he's a big David Fincher fan, or he's a big horror movie fan, or whatever, or something like that. That director who did Evil Dead. I can just tell. Like I said, Sam Raimi, he's to me, he's a very. I like his work, but then some work I don't like. I always kind of been very critical of the Spider-Mans, even though I enjoyed the first 2. Second one's definitely his best, but it still has some campiness in him, and that's just how he is as a director. So I don't think, like I said, a lot of his work you shouldn't take too seriously. I mean, I don't know. It's really you kind of need, I guess, in a sense, like I said, you can call him a back director, and that's fine. Some people can see it as back there. It's kind of like the same, I think, as Zack Snyder. Like Anthony hates Zack Snyder. Kind of like that. The director has his own style. Some like him, some don't. So,
like, I'm gonna be honest with you. This movie makes Crawl seem like a classic. Like, I felt like after watching this, I was like, if this is a cult classic, then freaking Crawl must be a masterpiece. Like, I was how is this even? I just don't understand.
You gotta understand.
Well,
you also gotta understand. You gotta understand that time. I don't think there was that like gory movies like that, and that was what 1980. I don't think there.
81.
I mean, I guess you can say The Exorcist. Was that 81? I guess
81.
you can say The Exorcist. Yeah, I guess you can say The Exorcist is pretty gory for his time. Definitely way ahead of his time. But rarely, no, I guess you can't say that because the 70s had a lot of gory movies, like Last Half on the Left and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Like gory.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah, it was. No, at that time, in the 70s, a lot of the horror movies were pretty gory and pretty extreme. So,
but here's the thing: is I think we have to look at it. Whereas Crawl has a huge budget, I think you have to look at like this is like back then. This is like the indie of the indies. Like this was like he was like nothing at this point. And so like even like if you go back and you watch like Clerks or Mallrats from Kevin Smith and you watch some of his first work, like you'll be like, okay, I mean they're good movies, but you can definitely tell they're filmed on a budget. And it's I think it's kind of like that. I think if we were, you know, teenagers or early 20s when this movie came out, we'd probably view it a little differently.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think also the fact that you watch the new Evil Dead and you see the old Evil Dead, you're like, this is like night and day, man. The new Evil Dead literally goes to all these extremes. The old Evil Dead, like, you know, I think it's different, dude. It's like, you know, it's like people back in the day playing Atari. Like we totally like skip the Super Nintendo, go play all the systems and go play Atari now. Then we play, you know, I mean, Atari is like literally, who the hell play this crap? But you know, people play Atari. I don't know.
So real quick, I do have to give Sam Raimi props. I really enjoyed Darkman. If you haven't seen Darkman, that's a great movie.
Yeah. I agree.
I also enjoy The Quick and the Dead, another great movie.
Yes. It is.
And what I thought was an underrated movie, I thought The Gift was pretty good, and that's from him. The old Gift, the 2000 Gift with Katie Holmes.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know he directed that one.
Yeah. He also directed. Oh wait, yeah, this is directing. He also directed Drag Me to Hell. I thought that was a good movie.
And that's kind of like the same horror campy side, right? It's like the same horror campy kind of like.
Now he also directed Oz the Great and Powerful, and that movie's trash. So,
okay,
there's that.
I remember we talked about this, and back then we watched it. You shouldn't do any remake or sequel of something that's a classic like Wizard of Oz. You can
do Wizard of Oz, but you need to keep the elements of what makes Wizard of Oz Wizard of Oz. You have to have songs in it. It has to be a musical, because if you make a Wizard of Oz movie and it's not a musical, it's not the Wizard of Oz.
True. You're right. What else has he done after that though? Did he do anything?
That's his last movie he's done, and then he's going to be doing the Doctor Strange movie in the Multiverse of Madness. He's going to do a movie called the King Killer Chronicle. Don't know what that is. Feature film based on Patrick Rothfuss's book about a young man who grows up to become a notorious magician. And then he's also doing a movie called World War III.
So we shall see.
So I don't know what World War III is, but it's been announced.
Also, pre-production right now is Don't Breathe 2.
Oh, nice.
Oh, from that director, the other one?
No, it's actually not that same director. It's actually directed by someone else. That's weird.
Yeah, Don't Breathe.
He was a writer and producer for Don't Breathe, Evil Dead, and Don't Breathe 2. Now he took over he was a writer on Don't Breathe and Evil Dead. Now he took over the director's seat for Don't Breathe 2.
Yeah.
Dude, Don't Breathe is definitely an underrated horror movie, man. If anybody hasn't seen that, that's a really good horror movie. I'm kind of wondering how they're gonna do that one though, considering that if you watch it, you know how it ends. So very but no, I think I'm definitely gonna try to watch the new remake of Evil Dead. Even though I'm not really a big fan of that type of gore, I think it's pretty nasty.
That's gore porn right there, dude. Straight up.
Yeah, that's gore porn. That's like literally like okay.
But imagine seeing that, and then Universal had a haunted house from it at Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh, really?
That was awesome.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was awesome.
Did you pee your pants?
Yeah.
I mean, I was close.
Dude, I can imagine that. Yeah, dude, it's pretty extreme though, that horror movie. But you know, like I said, at that time too, like I feel like, you know, like I said, if you had the budget like that, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of directors would go to that extreme just to do a horror movie. So, yeah, but I don't. We'll see Evil Dead 2 next week and give our thoughts about that one. I've seen it before. I enjoyed it because I love campy shit. So I'm definitely like. It's so funny though. Like there's something about bad movies and campy movies. I don't know what it is, man, but definitely I don't know. We'll all review and give our thoughts.
Yeah, we will indeed. All right, gentlemen, what have we been watching? I know Pete, you're waiting to reveal what you've been watching.
Oh, I mean, if you want me to start me off first, let's go ahead. So, I watched a movie. It was a movie.
You watched two?
I watched two movies, but let me talk about the first movie I watched. on Netflix. Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. I've finally watched it. I watched. I know. I think you watched it too, Chris. I don't know if you watched it.
Yes, you had it available for like at least 4 or 5 months.
I know. I
have not seen it yet.
I just kind of like for some reason I just decided to watch it the other day and all that. So I watched that, and it's an excellent movie. I really like that movie. I thought Amsa did a terrific job. So the whole premise of the movie is pretty much like he's this jeweler in New York who's a degenerate gambler who gets himself in trouble with his betting, and it just goes from bad to worse kind of thing. It's a kind of a bad worse situation he gets himself into, like over and over and over again throughout the movie. Not to spoil anything, that's pretty much it. And Kevin Garnett is in it, and I'm not gonna give it up, like say too much about it because I don't want, I want you guys, I want Ann to watch it or whoever else is watching right now. I want them to watch it. But I thought it was an excellent movie. I thought they did a really good job. One thing I noticed about the movie and I really enjoyed is how real it felt. Like the people in the movie felt real. I don't know, the casting, the actors, but it felt like a real, authentic New York movie. Like even some of the people, like I think the people who were working with them, and even the people like certain people felt like real New Yorkers, like real life New Yorkers. And I think I really enjoyed that type of directing because it didn't feel like these guys were like actors playing these roles. These were actually real people. Even like there's a couple of thugs in the movie, and they're like these ugly old guys who are like these thugs for like trying to collect money. And I'm like, these 5 guys felt like legitimate people who will be fucking thugs trying to get money. So I thought they did an excellent job with that. The director, whoever directed, did an excellent job. And like it just felt like the movie felt pretty real. I thought they did it pretty authentic. With like, because I've seen so many movies about like gamblers and they get themselves into gambling, like they make a bad bet and they're in trouble and this and that. I've seen plenty of movies like that, but this one felt pretty real and authentic. And like I said, I'm not gonna give up too much of like what happens, but couple surprises, couple of things that we were like, oh shit, okay. But a really good movie, excellent movie. I think it's probably one of Adam Sandler's best movies, to be quite honest. I mean, I'm not talking about comedies, if you want to like, you're there for his comedy shtick, of course, you got to go with Billy Madison or whatever. But I think just for him being an actor and just having a really good movie, a good scripted movie, is probably his best, in my opinion. So yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. Like I said, I'm not going to go into more details. I recommend you guys watch it. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. It's on Netflix. The next movie I watched, which I've been wanting to watch for a while, for some reason I never watched it. I don't know why, because this is kind of a movie I should be watching. Ready Player One. Just saw it just the other day.
What the hell?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. A movie like me, who's like big, huge pop culture aficionado, which this whole movie is about pop culture, really. Literally, that's all it is. Straight up pop culture aficionado. I watched this first time, and that's another great movie too. I thought it was an excellent movie. Did a great job.
It's one of Spielberg's better movies of recent history.
Yes, I agree. I wish some of the CGI characters looked a little bit better. I think some of the CGI was good. I know. I just felt like the action scenes are amazing. The whole like premise, the figures themselves. I guess the problem with me is I want real actors sometimes. CGI and real characters, you gotta miss that out. You miss from the real actors to the CGI. It doesn't translate well, so in my opinion. But the movie itself is amazing. The pop culture reference in the movie is amazing. Like literally, if you're a fan of pop culture, you gotta watch this movie because it literally has every little thing. You had to pay attention to details, all the pop culture stuff that's happening, the dialogue, and even all the like little Easter eggs it has throughout the whole movie. It's awesome.
Yeah.
One of the things you guys pointed out, and I agree with you, was excellent scene was the whole Shining. They did such an amazing job with the Shining. It actually felt like it's such a great homage to Shining and everything they did with that. So they did a great job. I also love like a lot of the Easter eggs. I think when you see Mecha Godzilla and the Gundam fight and Iron Giant. Like that whole series is awesome too. Great stuff. I also like some of I don't know I know it's based on a book, but I love this kind of storyline, and it kind of says a lot about our generation. How like sometimes people are so like involved. I mean, we're big, fans of pop culture and all that stuff, but it's so intertwined in our life sometimes we kind of forget what reality really is about. And I think that's one thing, the message you're trying to send across, like, hey, look, there's, you can go outside and there's a whole world out there, but we're so involved in the whole pop culture world sometimes it gets too like we get intertwined in it. And so I like the message you sent out. But yeah, it's an excellent movie. You know what I'm saying? It's an excellent movie, a great movie. Really enjoyed it. Definitely highly recommend it. Another, Ready Player One. I'm kind of excited to see where they're going to go with the sequel. They're based on another book and all that stuff. And I thought Ben Mendelsohn, who's that guy, to me, he's a great villain, dude. Anytime he's a villain in any movie, he always pulls it off, man. He's to me, I don't know what it is about him. He's just somebody who you want to punch in the face, and he does a great job of being a villain. So yeah, definitely a big props in the movie. And what else I watch? Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think I watched anything else. I didn't watch Star Wars, Clone Wars yet. I watch AEW, of course. You guys know that already. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys.
All right. One thing I've watched was. Can you turn down your speakers, Pete?
Yeah.
I hear myself.
Yeah. No worries.
Only thing I've been watching really is never mind. I watched The Old Guard. Netflix's The Old Guard, starring Charlize Theron. I actually really did enjoy that movie. It's based off of a comic book, and they're not vampires, Anthony. They just can't die.
Oh, okay.
They're pretty much immortal to a point until like their immortalness just stops. And it will stop randomly. Like there's no like telltale sign when it will stop. So
that's kind of crazy.
So imagine Charlize Theron's character has been actually living since like I say the Crusades.
Oh, damn.
Until like now times. It's very like almost like A-Team-ish in a way, but it's done in a comic book style kind of way. It's very good. It's very good. It actually even has the guy from Doctor Strange, his friend, not his friend, but the guy. Chidwell.
What's her name? Wong, right? Hey, Wong, right?
Not Wong. Chidwell. The actor's name's Chidwell something.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I can't pronounce his name. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was in 12 Years a Slave. He was in. Yes. He's a great actor. He's a very good actor. I can't pronounce his name. Though. I'm not gonna butcher it.
He's in the movie. Let's see who else is in it. Dudley from Harry Potter is in it. That shocked the hell out of me when I saw it. Who else? That's pretty much it. But like, just with this, it's not that big of a cast. But just with the cast they have, the action scenes were freaking just on point.
Yeah,
it was like freaking awesome. I loved every bit of it, and the fact they even teased for a second one. They actually even saying the second one's going to be coming out. Like,
so is this your? So you think one of the best Netflix movies they have to offer right now? Would you say one of the best
right now? I would say if you've not watched Extraction, then go see Extraction, see The Old Guard, and then see the new movie coming out on August 14th.
Project Power. Yeah, dude, Netflix has definitely been they've been definitely putting a lot of money into their movies. It's definitely not low budget. It's definitely high budget movies, and I think they're it seems pretty excellent, their stuff. So
yeah, it definitely. Yeah, I would say if you guys want to, I would say like go ahead and watch the movie this week. Guys, I'll watch it again this week if you guys down to watch it this week. And we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, I don't see why not. And
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it this week for sure.
Okay. Other than that, only thing I've been watching is How I Met Your Mother.
Good show.
Blazing through that. What about you, Ant?
So, I watched this little movie that was on Apple TV Plus, called Greyhound, or The
Tom
Greyhound.
Hanks? Tom Hanks?
And yep, with Tom Hanks, and it was fantastic. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was only an hour and a half long, but it was pretty much just them at sea, and that was the whole movie. It was the whole basically what it's about is obviously it's based on a true story, but when they were traveling with supplies and they were traveling with merchant ships across the Atlantic, so there's only so far that the planes could fly out to give them cover, and then they were on their own for like, it was like, I think it was just under, I want to say it was just under 2 days, so I think it was like 36 hours they had to sail before they would get to the cover of England's plains. So they were basically in like in uncharted water for 36 hours, and so while they're in there, they're getting attacked by these German U-boats. So if it was basically a submarine, so pretty intense stuff. Really good movie though. I enjoyed it. Tom Hanks obviously is always great. So very good movie though. I recommend, if you have Apple TV Plus, to give it a watch. That really intense, the whole movie. So you'll be on the edge of your seat. The other movie I watched was Palm Harbor on whatchamacallit, on Hulu. It's a original movie from Lonely Island, and it has Andy Samberg in it and J.K. Simmons, and I don't remember the main girl's name. I've seen her in other stuff. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Does it have the other Lonely Island members?
Or you know what? It might have been. Was it Palm Harbor or Palm Springs?
I think it was Palm Springs.
Maybe it was Palm Springs. Yeah, sorry, Palm Springs. Sorry, I had World War II on my mind. There we go. Kristen Milioti, I believe that's how you say her name.
Okay.
But yeah. So it's basically like I would describe it as a new age Groundhog's Day.
Okay.
Where the day keeps repeating. So it's set on the day of the main girl, Kristen Milioti. It's her sister's wedding, and she's the bridesmaid. And Andy Samberg is the date of another a bridesmaid in the party. So he's the first one that gets stuck in the time loop. So the cool thing is multiple people get stuck in the time loop. So that's the different take on the whole Groundhog's Day thing.
How does a time loop happen though? Like, how does it happen?
I don't. There's there's like some earthquake and some cave opens up when they walk into the light and they get stuck in a time loop.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's an interesting take on it. I like Andy Samberg. I think he's pretty funny. The movie's good. I enjoyed it a lot. J.K. Simmons' character, of course, is an asshole, and it's great. But yeah, so I would recommend giving it a watch.
Does he get stuck? Does he get stuck in a time loop? J.K. Simmons' character?
Yeah, he's stuck in the time loop as well.
So he's probably an asshole to everybody because of that.
Oh, just Andy Samberg.
I just gotta watch it just because of that.
Let's see. Have I watched? Have I watched anything else? No. That's all I've. Hold on. Wait for it. Have I watched anything else? No. That's it. That's all I watched. Oh, I watched Hamilton. Sorry, I also watched Hamilton. Which I thought was fantastic as well. I really enjoyed it. The music in that in the show's just phenomenal, and I always like historical stuff. So I like seeing the whole story of Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr play out. It's really cool, and it's the whole setting to the hip hop music and stuff like that's really cool. I like the way they did it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Gentlemen, what have we been playing?
I'll start that one off. So
Go
I've been
for it.
playing Kingdom Hearts. Got pretty damn close to beating it, but I need to grind a little bit more. I beat Halo Classic Edition or Anniversary Edition or whatever it's called, and I am now on Halo 2. So I'm about halfway through Halo 2. What else did I play? I played some Sea of Thieves, and that might be it. Yeah, that's it.
Played some Sea of Thieves and didn't invite me. I see how it is. I see.
Were you on last night?
I see you. Yeah, actually, was I? I don't know.
I'll
I
have
play
to
on my
shoot you an
computer,
invite
so I'm
next time I
always
get on.
on.
That game's fantastic. Do you like that game, Chris?
I do actually. It's actually pretty fun.
So me and Ryan Shiflett were talking about it last night, and like that's one game where you can say I love like new consoles and new the way they make games, because that game is like literally you and your friends hop on a boat and like you can open adventure and do whatever you want. Like there's not many games you could do that, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna start. I'm like, you can like, all right, I'm gonna start a stream, and just a random time. We're just out and see, not knowing what could happen. We could run into someone, we not run into someone. All of a sudden, we'll see someone get taken down by the Kraken, whatever the case would be. That's literally how the game is. But you've been playing Sea of Thieves, Halo 2. Anything else?
No, that's it.
That's it. I've been playing. Oh, I'm like 3/4 of the way done of my second playthrough of The Last of Us Part 2. I beat Watch Dogs 2 last week. I talked about that last week. Probably going to be playing the new Super Hot game coming out tomorrow. Oh, I'm probably going to be streaming all of the Walking Dead Telltale game series.
Nice.
At some point, I'm just going to try to figure out like how I'm gonna do it. Probably do an episode a day that I'm off, and just stream that one episode each time, leading up until the finale and finish it. Because what my end goal was, I want to play through. Anthony, you're probably familiar with the Chronicles of the Madan series or whatever.
That anthology series. What is it called? Like the Dark Pictures or something like that.
Dark Pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to play through Man of Medan and stream it wise until like the new one comes out on October 30th. So then just continue on from that.
Is it integrated with Twitch or any of those streaming sites so that way the people can like vote for what they want you to do?
I think so.
Okay, that's cool.
I think so. But yeah, that's literally all I've been doing. All I've been playing. Not really too much. What about you, Pete?
This week has been kind of more old school stuff. I played Street Fighter Alpha 3. I got the Street Fighter collection or whatever, so I played Street Fighter Alpha 3. I played for some reason I started playing Super Mario World. There's one stage. Yeah, I know you're looking at me. Whatever, and don't judge me. Anyway, dude, there's one stage. The one stage I played, I'm like, dude, I don't even remember this stage. I mean, I know it's been a long time, but I didn't remember the stage that I was playing. But played that. And Big 2K19, of course. So I've been playing that.
Why not 2K20? It's free.
Well, I'm gonna download it. I haven't downloaded it yet. So anyway, and also I played Tetris 99, which I enjoyed playing also. Don't shake your head at me. Don't judge me, man.
You need to play better games, Pete.
I got better games. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I'm going to play better games.
Okay,
I'll get there.
I'm holding you to that.
Get there. I got Okami. I got games. I'll get there. Sometimes,
I'm holding you to that.
It's commitment, man. I got to get into that commitment and then start playing it. So
So actually, I did buy something, but I haven't played it yet. I bought the Sega
there
Genesis.
you go. Well, haven't you played it yet?
No, I bought the Sega Genesis Classic Edition thing because or whatever the game it's on Xbox because it was on sale for $10 or $12, and it has a pretty good lineup of games. I just haven't. I played a little of Sonic just to kind of just test out the game and see like the options it had, and that's pretty cool. Definitely worth it for that the price.
Okay, all right, that's cool. I'm probably going to
50 games.
Get the Ubisoft Play thing, and I'm probably going to get the EA Premier Origins on PC.
What's the Play thing?
It's $15 a month. You play every single Ubisoft game.
Oh, real, dude! But it's only PC.
Only PC.
See, that's kind of lame. Come on, I want to sit on my couch on my 4K.
You can hook your computer up to your TV, and boom, there you go.
That's too much work.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
Work.
What's it
Too
called?
much work
Ubisoft
to
Club?
test that.
Is that what it's called?
Ubisoft Plus. Here, hold on.
Club?
And it's $15 a month. It's free. It's free right now for 7 days. You can try it right now for 7 days.
No,
So you want to do it?
Definitely not Club.
All right, you play Plus.
You play Plus.
PC only.
Ubisoft subscription service. Look at this.
Yes.
Oh, let's look at the game library. Let's see what we got here.
Every single Ubisoft game.
Every single one, Ant.
Every single one, even Prince of Persia.
So why the hell would anybody buy a game when you could just do this? Oh my God! It even has all the old school Brothers in Arms. I see Road to Hill 30. I see Hell's Highway. What in the world, man? This is the stuff right here, dude. Flashback is on there. What else we got? Do we have all the Raymans? Let's move it on down. Oh, Rayman Forever, Rayman 2, Rayman 3, all the Prince of Persia games. Good Lord.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
The South Park games.
And it's the ultimate editions of these games too. So you get all the DLC.
So the moment this comes to console, I will be picking this up.
The moment.
That's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna buy it?
Is there a thing to go to where I can see a 7-day free trial, cancel anytime?
Yeah.
I'm looking for the like a frequently asked questions. How does it work? Subscribe, blah 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 blah. Try for free. Oh, there we go. See all frequently asked questions.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not. Never mind. That's not doing what I want it to do.
What are you looking for? Here we go. Because I have some here. Getting a discount for Ubisoft store purchases or approved digital distributors of Ubisoft games. Reading the promo code, download and activation information. What?
It's coming to Stadia. Then Stadia will actually be worth having.
Speaking of which, I did see Stadia's Connect yesterday. That thing was just hot garbage.
Oh, dude, was that like what do we call that when Microsoft pulls that? The big old floppy big
floppy dick.
The floppy dick.
The floppy dick.
Yep. Oh, speaking of Microsoft, isn't that the next on deck for the Summer Game Fest?
Next week, Thursday? Yes.
Yeah. It will be in 8 days. We will be coming to you a little late with our reaction video because we have to do this thing called work. But we will be online. And we will be giving you a live reaction video to Microsoft's first party.
Yes. And we will actually be celebrating my birthday as well. So
your birthday is on the day?
No, it's the day after, but I'm celebrating when I get off work.
There we go.
3-day weekend.
So we're gonna have a drunk Chris talking about Microsoft first party. I love it.
Absolutely. But until then, that is all we have for you for this evening. I am King Black Cherry.
Top.
I am the real Ant-Man.
catch you guys later.
Go check out Hugh Jackman's ass. Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Right now.
Go check out Uncut Gems too.